has the Cowboys Super Bowl window officially closed?
I want you to hear me very carefully, Brian. When was it ever open?
Hello.
Wow. No. In all seriousness, this iteration of the Cowboys, yes, it's closed. Because I say that because of how Jerry Jones conducts business. If he continues to overinflate what he has on his roster and not be aggressive in free agency, not pay guys when they want to be paid, I think, I don't see them getting to the Super Bowl.
And maybe I'm crazy, but wasn't it just a year ago the Cowboys won the division?
And then what has happened
since?
And
Dak Prescott was the best quarterback in the division?
How quickly things change.
You know, I need Brian to just host the show and take off the cowboy hat a little bit. That's what I need. If we're going to talk football for real today.
Brian, just do your job.
Do your job. Do your job.
Just Bill Belichick. Do your job. All right? That's all
so I'm saying if Dak Prescott comes back healthy... We know that the division leader always changes every year in the NFC.
I know, but see now you're just kind of falling back on statistical measures that really don't have any nuance to them. Okay, the fact of the matter is, okay, Dak Prescott's coming back healthy, right? All right, that's one person.
Yes.
Now I want you to look at Washington's roster and what it's going to project to be in 2025. I want you to look at Philadelphia's roster and what it's going to project to be in 2025, and you tell me where you fall on the hope meter.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Right. No, it really is. Look, this is a great question. And look, it all starts at the top. You know this. You know that Jerry Jones is the one. Look, he says, and I'm paraphrasing, but he has said this, that he bought this football team so he can be the boss of it.
And
so
he can run it himself.
Run it the way he wants. And he has made tactical mistakes as far as if you want to compare him to, let's just say Philadelphia, who right now, everyone from Joe Burrow to every fan base out there is trying to compare their football team to how Philadelphia runs theirs because they think that's the model. Okay, so Hembo, the great Hembo, sends the best stats every morning. From a cash standpoint, Philly has outspent Dallas by $78 million in cash the last 3 seasons.
Let me just dab your head a little bit, because that's a lot. That's
we're not talking
facts.
Salary cap dollars. We're talking real cash out of Jeffrey Lurie's pocket into the hands of the players, as opposed to Jerry Jones, who has this cash cow in the Dallas Cowboys, right? They print money, right?
Right.
Most valuable franchise in the world, or one of, right? $78 million over the past 3 seasons, Philadelphia has outspent. That doesn't mean go out and spend like drunken sailors and be irresponsible. You have to have the front office in place to make wise decisions. The coaching staff, who doesn't get enough credit in Philadelphia for developing and utilizing the players. So it's all, along a continuum. And Dallas is failing in every measure.
And it's also signing guys when they should be
signed
instead of waiting at the last minute.
I think
so
the word
help me out, though.
Is the great word.
What is the Cowboys' biggest need when you look at this team?
I think overall, collectively, when you're looking at the Dallas Cowboys, the inability to stop the run is demoralizing for this football team. As an offensive player, when we play, one of the things that can demean a defense is when you run the football and you can run it at will when you want to. And what's demoralizing for the opposing team is when they know they can't stop it and they know you're going to do it. So I'm going to have Cindy pull up A46 for me really quick.
A46,
pull up A46 for me, because I want y'all to see these are the last 5 Super Bowl winners. And when you look at their defense and the ability to stop the run, look at where they rank and look at where the Dallas Cowboys rank.
Graphic.
So when it comes to being Super Bowl contenders, you can't be a Super Bowl contender in my eyes if you have the inability to stop the run game. And the one team on there that wasn't in the top 10 was the Kansas City Chiefs, I think, in 2023. Well, guess what? Since 2019, they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in the game.
Right. So this is all over the social media, and I want to get your perspective on this. Everyone is saying Cowboys should trade Micah Parsons and get assets, get like 3 number ones, get a player, and rebuild this thing. Your thoughts on that?
What? The graphic, Cindy's graphic, perfectly illustrates.
A46.
Cindy, can you pull up A46 again? Listen, Mike Greenberg would be proud of me today.
Harry wants to be Greeny so bad.
This graphic tells you why you don't give up your top defensive player, because defense does win championships. And I understand why fans are like, we have so many holes, we need to get as much as we can from Micah. Some people even point out, oh, Michael's off the field, all his talking, they need to reset what culture is and all that. No. Because if the Cowboys were winning, Micah doing the podcast wouldn't be an issue. You need to get better players. You need to get other Micahs. You need to get other dogs who understand, like on defense, You don't run against us. You don't come in our house and beat us on our home turf. And that's the problem with the Cowboys. Getting rid of him doesn't help you.
You know, what's interesting, you bring up a great point. I'm glad you said that. When you say fans say we have so many holes, we need more draft assets or draft capital in order to fill these holes. Why do you think you have holes? Because the people that you were picking in these prominent positions that you now have holes in made the wrong choices.
Yep.
So really, it's not about how many assets you have in order to go ahead and try and build up this football team. It's about maybe your player procurement process. It's about where you're divvying up these assets, where you're utilizing them, which again, in Philadelphia, it's not just about cash spent, it's how they spend it and who they spend it on. That's the problem. It's the tactical decisions,
You're right about
and
this.
you're not making those.
We're just getting started with this topic. We're going to talk so much more about this. Sweet Lou, has the Cowboys Super Bowl window officially closed?
Yeah, you know, I think Kimberly said in the last hour, I think she stole it from me, but I used it anyway. I think she said, was it ever open? And I agree with that. I don't know if it ever really was, simply because, look, I think the way in which they go about and they've gone about building their football team, and Harry mentioned this earlier, the deficiencies that they have stopping the run and playing a physical brand of football that translates to late November, December, January, is just not existent on this team. This team is too top heavy. It's all about Dak. You see how much on a percentage basis he takes up of the cap. They're just not good enough. So I don't even think you can mention this team, regardless of whatever kind of regular season success they had over the past 3 or 4 years with the other heavyweights in the NFC. They're not in their class.
Because you're a front office guy, I want you to expand your thought on why you think the Cowboys will never have a lengthy Super Bowl window.
Well, I just think, look, everyone talks about culture, and from culture there, you kind of like formulate structure. And see, the culture here starts at the very top. A lot of the surrounding discussion around Dallas is whether or not they have the right kind of culture, the right kind of focus, it's about football all day, all the time. Well, up at the very top of this organization, it's not about football all day, all the time. It's about media appearances and sound bites and interviews. And then when the players do it, people from the outside go, the players need to focus more. Well, guess what? They're not being held to that kind of standard because their owner is out there giving press conferences all the time and has radio shows and stuff. And he's well within his right to do that. Yeah. But then don't complain about the Dallas Cowboys and culture and say we should trade Micah Parsons in order to send a message that we're serious about culture. Because the dude at the top, he ain't serious about it. That's why the players are following his lead. And I know, I see the breath that's coming out of you.
I'm trying to hold it back. I was sweating last hour, so I'm trying to hold it back. I'm trying to hold this back. Now, listen, I know LT came out and looked at Micah and said, hey, look, more football.
Less potting, yes.
These players are different. This is a different NFL. You know this. These players in these leagues are different. Yeah. They look at it like, look, I'm going to do all kind of different things here. It's not the same mentality when you guys play.
No, it's not. But look, there's levels to it, right?
Yep.
You can have your own individual aspirations as far as maybe I want a podcast when I'm done. Maybe I want to have a media career. But the main thing has to stay the main thing.
There you go. See that part. The main thing has to be the main thing. Nothing should ever supersede what you're supposed to do on that football field. Right. Nothing whatsoever.
And the problem with Mike is why he's always in the crosshairs is we know Micah more about his clips right now. Like we talk more about Micah from the standpoint of did you hear what Micah said on his latest episode or whatever than we do talking about football at this point. I know he was hurt last year, but I think the fact that the Cowboys can't get over, they keep tripping themselves up. They can't get deep in the playoffs. Even when they make the playoffs, they get bounced in the first round. So that all adds to it. It's sort of like your voice loses the weight when you're not winning on the field.
The irony is Micah balls when he's playing.
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't ever come out of a game and go, Micah Parsons just wasn't winning his one-on-ones. Micah Parsons wasn't setting the edge.
And
Micah Parsons wasn't pursuing. But you know what? The other two guys on the screen, we have devoted time to saying number 4 didn't step up. Number 88 didn't step up. And they're fantastic players, and I love them both. But he always catches the most flack. Number 11 catches the most flack. Micah's the one who people go, man, you need to stop podcasting. You need to, focus in. Micah's fine. I'm not trading him anywhere.
And you know how fine he is? 2 players, thank you, Hembo, for this stat. 2 players have had a dozen sacks in their first 4 seasons. Reggie White and Micah Parsons. So when you talk about the type of player he is and whether the Cowboys should get rid of him, no. Yeah. We don't get rid of talent like that.
I'm with you. You keep that right here. Of course, we'll talk a lot more about this in the show. But coming up.
How's it going, everybody? Villa Sports Network here. Just want to thank you guys for your support on the channel. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I also want to kind of remind you to don't forget to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on the video if you like as well. But regardless of the fact, thank you again for your support, and hope to see you on the next video.